Welcome to Buzz Around the Globe. Relatives of dozens of Chinese passengers who died when a Malaysia Airlines plane disappeared almost 10 years ago called Monday for a new investigation, as a Beijing court began hearing their fresh appeal for compensation. The MH370 jet vanished on March 8, 2014, carrying 239 people, mostly from China, en route from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing. More than 40 families have filed lawsuits against Malaysia Airlines, the aircraft manufacturer Boeing, engine maker Rolls Royce and Allianz Insurance Group, state broadcaster CCTV said. The families' litigation requests focus on compensation and finding the truth behind the flight's disappearance, according to Zhang Qihuai, a lawyer quoted by CCTV. Hardly any trace of the plane was found in a 1,20,000 square kilometre or 46,000 square mile Indian Ocean search zone, with only some pieces of debris picked up. The Australian-led operation, the largest in aviation history, was suspended in January 2017. The families on Monday released an open letter addressed to Malaysian Prime Minister, calling for a new search for the missing aircraft on a no-find, no-fee basis. Our family members hope to search for flight MH370 on our own, the letter said, adding, family members are willing to invest their own money or cooperate with capable individuals and companies. They asked for effective communication with the Malaysian government to kick off a new hunt. Outside the court, many relatives were on the verge of tears as they recounted stories of their loved ones, some holding pieces of paper saying, "Restart the search, and open, fair, impartial." Malaysia's Transport Ministry and Malaysia Airlines both declined to comment on the hearings. China's Foreign Ministry spokesman said on Monday that Beijing attaches great importance to the follow-up work into MH370's disappearance and hopes that all parties will continue to maintain close communication. It is unclear what jurisdiction the Chinese court has to enforce the claims for compensation against the defendants. Each family filed for civil compensation of between 10 million yuan, or $1.4 million, and 80 million yuan, or $11.2 million, as well as moral damages of $4.2 million to $5.6 million. The families of more than 110 other passengers have already reached a settlement with the defendants and received between 2.5 million and 3 million yuan, the broadcaster said. Gathering outside the court on Monday, despite freezing temperatures, relatives were keen to talk to journalists.
After 10 years, the court has finally opened the hearing. To us, we think it is very comforting, and it is a turning point. But the survival of the relatives during these 10 years, the deterioration of their living conditions, many relatives have left us because they don't have money to treat illnesses. This really makes us very sad. So I hope that the legal relief can be realized as soon as possible. It is not difficult. The MH370 incident is complicated, but the MH370 case is not. Its defendant and plaintiff are clear. The applicable laws, domestic laws and international law, and the international conventions are all clear. The fact is also clear that the passengers did not arrive at the destination. So in a sense, it's just like a traffic accident, but slightly more complicated than a mere traffic accident. But 10 years have really been unbearable for us. As a relative, I am under a lot of pressure because I was the first to go to court. But I am also very excited because it is not easy to reopen the court hearing after so many years. What the relatives mainly about now is not just about the result of the compensation. We hope to resume the search and rescue, because after all, there has not been any accurate information. We still hope that the search and rescue can be resumed, and hope that a fund can be established to resume searching for the MH370 flight.
I'm not going to reconcile. What I want is my relatives. I'm the only survivor in my family. My husband died of lung cancer. My son, daughter-in-law and granddaughter were on board the plane and their present whereabouts are unknown. I'm surviving, but being alive might be worse than being dead. But I can't die. I have to bring my loved ones home. That's my mission. It's also my dearest wish. It's unfair what happened to them. They were so unlucky to take flight MH370. My son was a manager in a Sino-American joint venture. He was someone who was very competent at what he did. This kind of suffering is unspeakable. It is really so painful.
A US exploration firm, Ocean Infinity, launched a private hunt for MH370 in 2018 on a no-find, no-fee basis, using high-tech drones to scour the seabed. But that search was called off after failing to find anything after several months of scouring the seabed without success. The disappearance of the plane has long been the subject of a host of theories, ranging from the credible to outlandish, including that veteran pilot had gone rogue. In 2016, Malaysian officials revealed the pilot had plotted a path over the Indian Ocean on a home flight simulator, but stressed this did not prove he deliberately crashed the plane. A final report into the tragedy released in 2018 pointed to failings by air traffic control and said the course of the plane was changed manually, but they failed to come up with any firm conclusions, leaving relatives angry and disappointed. No sign of the jet was found in a 120,000 square kilometre Indian Ocean search zone, and the Australian-led hunt, the largest in aviation history, was suspended in January last year. Only 3 confirmed fragments of MH370 have been found, all of them on western Indian Ocean shores, including a 2-meter wing part known as a flaperon. There have been a host of theories about why the plane disappeared, ranging from an accident to a hijacking, or even a terror plot. Do tell us what you think about this video in comments section, and for more news updates, subscribe to India Today.